Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's Joey Central here, and we got about 2 more days left before the release of Stellar Blade, and I played the demo for this game, and it's pretty fun. It's a fun game. It's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. It's a Souls-like game, but it's more based around like perfect dodging, perfect parrying, making sure your timing is right on everything. So you're not going to have that iframes that you typically get from like games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring and Lies of P, where you're like, we get to have iframes whenever you dodge like normal attacks. It's not like that in this game. So combat's going to get a little getting used to, but overall it's a very good game, you know. The combat system is very interesting, it's fun, and the characters are very well designed, especially Eve. But unfortunately, a lot of people disagree with that, and I'm going to actually delve into this controversy because I find it quite interesting, to say the least. So, in case you guys don't know, I am somebody who admires beauty, right? I admire fucking beauty when it comes to I like good-looking females, man. I want every game to have good-looking females. I want every single game to have very like strong-looking guys, good-looking females. I think it's good to have that standard, you know? I think it's good that we have that standard. And I just think it's ridiculous that that this controversy even exists. So in case you guys don't know, people have been complaining about Stellar Blade ever since the demo has been released. And the complaints about it is very weird. Very weird. Doesn't make any kind of logical sense whatsoever. And the problem is, I feel like there's a lot of hypocrisy around it. One of the biggest complaints I've seen is something about like male gaze. I don't know anything about these like buzzwords or anything. I don't throw them around. I don't care too much about them because, to be honest with you, it's a distraction. It doesn't make sense. There's no logic behind it, and there's no reason to try to understand something when you have an understanding of the picture itself. But yeah, they think that, oh well, you know, when you have a beautiful, well-designed girl in skin-tight clothing, what's happening is that you have a big distraction, right? You have a huge distraction. You can't not focus on the girl's butt. So I don't know if the complaint's that she's too beautiful or what. I don't know. But these same people that are complaining that girls are sexualized don't seem to have a problem with Baldur's Gate 3, which is another game I really enjoy. I've been uploading lots of content of that game on my channel, and nobody really seems to have a problem with Baldur's Gate 3, and you'll see, and which is where one of the 2 pictures in my video thumbnail comes from, and which is a literal sex scene with a beautiful fucking girl, right? With a very beautiful girl, Shadowheart, who is, in my opinion, another gorgeous girl. Top of my list for top video game females that I really like. So, again, I just don't see why there's no problems with that when you can literally strip her naked and fuck her, but yet with Eve, she's still wearing clothing even even though she's wearing a skin suit, she's still covered up, and you're not even, and you don't have any kind of like sexual relationship with her at all. You're not fucking her. You're not really doing anything that's, other than just fighting in combat. So it doesn't make sense how they're complaining about sexualization when it's just a pretty girl in a skin-tight suit fighting monsters and other things. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Meanwhile, you literally can fuck Shadowheart on a fucking beach, take her fucking clothes off, and I would argue you can sexualize her more in Baldur's Gate 3 than Eve is so supposedly sexualized. So there's no logic behind this, dude. There's no logic behind any of the complaints, and there's no consistency in the complaints of Stellar Blade. So I have to believe that it is two things. Alright? One of them is that they can't, maybe they're just upset, secretly they're just upset they can't have that same relationship with Eve. They can't romance Eve. They can't fuck Eve, Maybe they're upset about that. Maybe everything else is a giant distraction, and they can't fuck Eve the same way you can fuck let's say Halcyon the bear, or fuck that which they seem to really thirst over in Kakatu. Maybe they're upset about that. Or another thing is, and I think this is the most probable explanation, is that they just have a problem with Asian women, or Asians in general. And I think this is kind of what this is. And I'm not the kind of guy who throws the word racist, because I think the term racism has lost a lot of value. But I personally believe that these people are racist to Asian women. And I know this for a fact because I look at the comments on Twitter and on Reddit of what they say. And the things they say about Eve is, oh, well, she looks like a teenager. She doesn't look like a fully grown woman. Even though the model of Eve is based around a Korean model who is in her 30s. Early 30s, but still in her 30s regardless, which everybody can agree is not a teenager or not a young girl. So they must have this preconceived notion that Asian women cannot be women, or that Asian women are girls, and that they can't be fully adult, fully grown, or fully matured, and that only Western women can be fully matured. Now we got other countries, and now we have more hypocrisy coming as well, where there's a new game coming out called Hades 2, and you literally have Greek goddesses stripped naked, okay? Not even skin tight clothing, but naked, nude. That's okay. That there's no sexualization there because reasons, I guess. But then again, they're not the Greek goddesses. They're not Asian, and the developers are not from it's not from Korea or any East Asian country. So again, it kind of fits in with the whole narrative of Asian bias or anti-Asian bias. So overall, that's what I think about this whole controversy. I think there's plenty of reasons that can support the argument that this whole controversy can be summed up by anti-Asian bias. That's pretty much what I think is the crux behind it. Because every other complaint that's against Stellar Blade makes no sense. and it's easily contradicted by the same people that thirst over everything else. And it sucks, man. It sucks because as an impartial gamer, as somebody who basically just enjoys video games, enjoys well-designed characters, enjoys well-designed, beautiful women, I think both games have very well-designed women. I think Eve from Stellar Blade and Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3 are very well-designed women. And they're both very beautiful, very gorgeous, very well-voiced in their own way. So I don't get why there's this whole why there's this whole one or the other thing. I don't know why you can't just enjoy both, but I don't know. I guess that's just what happens when you are agenda-driven and politically driven. Is you cannot see things from a logical perspective. So that's my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you guys think of this whole issue down below in the comment section. Other than that, I look forward for the next couple of days. I cannot wait to play Stellar Blade. Looks like a fucking flying game. I hope it lives up to its hype. I hope it plays as well as it is in its demo, because it's a really fun game. And if you guys are into like the Souls genre, you're looking into like Sekiro, I recommend trying out Stellar's Blade. The game's lit, man. Anyways, that's pretty much it.